Welcome back to Death Toll Racing. I got a fun one for you today because we are going to blow some stuff up. What we're going to blow up is half-inch fuel line. This is all rubber fuel line, 300 PSI rated push lock. This line is from an AirDog system, fuel system common on diesels. This is from a FASS system, another fuel system common on diesels. Both lines, I believe, are made in the USA. I know FASS is. And both of which are very good lines. I have not had a problem with either one of them. This here is made of the finest Chinesium rubber. It is 300 PSI and it doesn't look very good, to be perfectly honest. So I bought this Evil Energy line, which I've had pretty good luck with Evil Energy. But I have to say, just visually, I don't think it's going to compete with these, but I do think it will blow that one out of the water. But we'll see. That's why we're going to test it. What we're going to test it with is hydraulics. We're going to cut all the pieces into 9 inches. And on this end, we have our hydraulic fitting, a 3000 PSI gauge, which I have a higher pressure gauge, but I don't think we're going to need it. And then a whole bunch of adapters and crap, and then it goes down to a brass fitting. This fitting is left over from my FASS system. It's the same style fitting that comes with an AirDog system as well. On the other end of our stubbed out line is an AeroQuip push lock, and this is constructed of aluminum, so it's lacking a little bit on the brass one as far as strength there, but the first 2 barbs are identical. They're machined identical between the two. However, this is where they differ. The brass one actually tapers up at the end. It doesn't have a back, it does kind of have a back tooth, but it won't actually grab anything when you push it on. And then this one is just minor diameter after that second barb all the way back. And I actually think that's going to be a little bit better for holding the fuel line on. But that's going to be another thing we're going to be testing today, or seeing the results of today, is the ability for those fittings to hold the line. Dig into that line and hold on. And also the line has to restrict opening up or it'll just pop off as well. So we're going to do all our testing in this Rubbermaid. I got a hole cut in it, stick the line in, and then I have a camera mounted to the top so we can watch it blow up. Let's get going. I'm going to do it in what I think is going to be the weakest first, then the second weakest, and then it's up in the air on these. So I don't think it really matters which order we do there. And the reason I'm going to do that is just in case one of these actually blows the aluminum up, because that is possible that that'll happen. So these fuel lines are actually quite tough to cut. Both the FASS and the AirDog lines are. I don't think this one's going to be quite as tough, but we'll see. So we're going to go roughly 9 inches, which is there. And I found these conduit style connectors actually work pretty good for cutting this stuff. These are just from Husky, but they actually work pretty good. So that cut very easily. So now to put these on, normally you would oil them. I usually use Vaseline, but since this is, we're using this, I'm just doing it the way that FASS tells you, which is oil. So we'll go ahead and push this guy on there. And then you want to make sure they bottom out all the way. So that looks pretty good. Now we'll oil up this side. And then again, you want to bottom out all the way. So there we go. So that's our little testing area. So it's going to fail, hopefully, somewhere between here. Hopefully we don't fail anywhere else, because then I might take a bath. Goes. And I think what happened is it actually just started leaking out that fitting. So, and that's because the nylon webbing wasn't very strong. 500. Ooh, there it goes off the other end. That's pretty interesting. That one did pretty good. Again, I can see where it actually came off the fitting a little bit. and I can put it back on, but it didn't seem to completely fail. There we go. Woohoo! That was a good one. Well, we don't have to push that one off. So that one actually blew off. Took some rubber with it. Okay, we're pressuring up. Holy crap. Jeez. Pulled a little bit, but that actually held on really tight on the Aero Equip side, and the failure was on the brass. All right, well, here's the results of that line of testing, but we got a little bit more to do, and we're going to do what we're not supposed to, and that's put hose clamps on. They say putting hose clamps makes them weaker, but we're going to try it with them. But I'm only going to try the cheap China hose and the Evil Energy hose, mainly because I don't have any more diesel RX hose, and the FASS hose, I'm kind of afraid of what would happen if we clamped that one, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if our little Rubbermaid can contain that one. But anyway, let's try clamping these things up and seeing what they can do. So what I'm going to aim for on these is to hit them right between the two barbs. Okay, that's on there good. Oops. Never done that before. I usually like to save that mistake for we're doing flaring brake lines. Forget to put the fitting on first. It gave birth. I couldn't actually see what happened there. Oh, it blew out right in the middle. There's a big tear in the line now. I couldn't see through. There's so much oil in the container now. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you what I think of these numbers, but I really want to know what you think. With this China hose, that 220, would I be okay with a 220-pound hose that we just tested on a 65-pound fuel system? And the answer is no, and it's not necessarily no because of the 220. It's a no because it says 300 on the side of it. They say it's rated at 220 or at 300, and I just can't trust anything about that hose. I can't even trust the rubber compound for dealing with fuel. So that hose is going to be used around my shop for things other than fuel system. Evil Energy, that company never disappoints me. It is a budget fuels company. I use them all the time on my budget builds, and I've always been really happy with their stuff. I use their AM fittings all the time, and it's a budget company, but they make good stuff. And anyone who's built a car knows how fast fuel systems add up. And this is kind of the answer to that. It's still expensive, but it's not nearly as expensive as using, the name brand fuel fittings and stuff. So I'm really happy with them. They have yet to disappoint me, and again, they exceeded my expectations, which was around 500 for that one. AirDog, 900 pounds. That's triple the PSI rating of that hose. That is really impressive. That's higher than I thought. I thought if that hit 750, it'd be really good. It hit 900. Really happy with that line. FASS, I thought was going to be the best. That's why I tested it last.
I thought if we hit 1,000 with this, I'm going to be impressed. And we hit 2450. I don't even know what to think of that. I've had hydraulic lines fail at less than that. That is an insane number. So FASS, mad props for your amazing hose. That's what she said. We'll see you on the next one.